Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Latin
Latin
Voice.
voices.
Hi, everyone, and welcome, and happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday. And today we're bringing you the following topic.
Okay, our topic for today is a heartfelt message to inspire, invite, and plant the seed of hope.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico. I'm now living in North Carolina with my family. I am also a digital business owner and a mentor.
Yes. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinars. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday, since those are the 2 days that we have our live webinar. And it happens at the same time, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So we have one tonight. So if you want to learn how to start your online business or earning online, all you have to do is just register into the website. So the second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that we're going to find out in the webinar? In the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works, and also you get to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch the replay of the live webinar, um, all you have to do is just register into any of the website. But let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, so if you want to assist today's live webinar, we're going to have the information about our business plan so you can turn your time and skills into income. And our host tonight will be Malu. She's a banker, risk and compliance professional. We're also going to have my rep, who is a registered nurse. Sonia is also a registered nurse. Raman is a stay-at-home mom, and she is a former cashier. We're also going to have Camille, who is a government employee. We're going to have Lala, who is an ex-child care teacher. We're also going to have Lydia, who is a dementia specialist, and Arifan, who is a school paraeducator. So don't forget, if you want to learn more, you can comment info or you can register on the website you see on the screen.
Thank you, Isabel. So if you're catching the tonight's live webinar, our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you're catching the replay, our replays has subtitles in several languages. So there you go. So now you know, if you want to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the website. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Yes, so our topic is a heartfelt message to inspire, invite, and plant the seed of hope.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So welcome back to another episode of the Latin Voices, and happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and happy and blessed um, Friday for those who are on Friday. Yes. So today's topic is one that speaks to the soul, and that is, the a heartfelt message to inspire, to invite hope. So if you've been feeling unsure or discouraged or simply waiting for a perfect moment, this conversation is for you. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Okay, so we have 3 points for you today. The first one is hope is the beginning of every change. Number two, inspiration is contagious. And number three, an invitation can change a life.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive in into the first point.
Okay, so the first point is hope is the beginning of every change. So before strategy, before confidence, before results, there is hope. I've learned this personally. When I first began, I didn't have clarity, certainty, and a perfectly mapped plan. What I had was a quiet belief that something different had to be possible. Life felt heavy, responsibilities were real, and doubt was loud. And that was my biggest concern, doubt, because it was I was filled with doubt. But hope cracked the door open just enough for me to ask a different question. What if this could work for me too? After I registered to watch the webinar and I seen all these ladies talking about how they started and how they had transformed their lives, and I resonated with them because a lot of them had no background experience. They never had a business. They were not very social, they were shy. And I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. So that question changed everything for me. Hope doesn't mean you're fearless, it means you're willing to imagine a future that doesn't look like your present, you know? So, according to Gallup, research shows that people with higher levels of hope are 14% more productive and 40% more likely to set and achieve meaningful goals. Why? Because hope shifts your identity from someone surviving to someone becoming. And here's the part we often underestimate: hope is contagious. Sometimes it doesn't come from within at first. Sometimes it starts by hearing one story. I don't know if it ever happened to you, but what last year? I think it was last year that we went to Japan for our convention, and there was a leader from India, and he was talking about his story, how he started, how he shifted, and all that. And I was in tears because I was resonated with him so much. His story really hit me. And just the way, he was showing the house where he was raised and everything was connecting. Like I was going back to my childhood just through his story. So that's what happens when you hear one story. That one story can spark something within you, and you can really see that, okay, it is possible for me. This person did it. I can do it too. So, one honest journey, one invitation that whispers, you're not too late, you're not incapable, and you're not alone. And that's why I share my story too, because just like I was touched by his story, I want to touch other people too with my story. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. Because if hope could find me in a season of uncertainty, it can find you too. When, we show up not to convince, but to plant the seed. And when hope is planted, change becomes possible. So I want to leave you with this. Hope is not the finish line, it's the first step. Once you believe something better is possible, you give yourself permission to move towards it. Okay?
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, so Isabel thought about hope is the beginning of every change. So by sharing your story, is one invitation for other person, to be able to dream or have hope, that is possible for them too. So the next point is inspiration is contagious. Um, so when I first stepped into this digital space, I didn't realize that sharing my story would one day inspire others. All I knew was that after more than 25 years in the film industry, I felt a deep calling for change, to live with purpose, time, freedom, and alignment. At the beginning, I didn't feel like an expert or a leader. I just wanted to share what was helping me rediscover hope and direction during one of the most uncertain times in my life. But as I began to open up about my fears, my lessons, and the faith that kept me moving, something incredible happened. People started to relate. They saw themselves in my story, and that connection created transformation. Harvard research shows that people are 22 times more likely to remember a story than a fact alone. So, a neuroscience explains why storytelling increases oxytocin levels in the brain, the same chemical that builds trust and empathy. So, that's why your story matters. Because when people see you not as perfect, but as real, taking brave steps, it awakens something inside them. They begin to think, well, if she did it, maybe I can too. And that's exactly what happened to me. When I started my digital business, I was inspired by others who had walked the path before me. And their courage gave me permission to believe in myself. And now I get to do the same for others. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to share the spark, the truth, the lessons, and the faith that move you forward. In this community, I've seen how one story can ripple through hundreds of lives. Every testimony, every message, and every act of courage plants seeds of hope that can grow beyond what we see. So, inspiration is contagious, and your story could be the one that helps someone else say yes to their new beginning. So, here's my reflection for you guys. Don't wait until you feel ready to share your story. Your authenticity is what creates the impact, not the perfection. So you never know, when you share your story, someone out there might be waiting to hear it, might be getting inspired, or, like we have seen in our community, maybe might save the life of someone else. So you never know about sharing your story. So let's move on to the next point.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about point number 3. An invitation can change a life. So many people aren't stuck because they lack potential. They're stuck because no one ever turned to them and said, "Come with me." I know this personally because my life didn't change the moment I wanted more. It changed the moment someone saw me, believed in me, and extended an invitation. No pressure, no convincing, just an open door. So, research from Stanford confirmed that we often overlook people. People are 4 times more likely to say yes to something new when the invitation comes from a trusted person or community member. Why is this? Because an invitation feels safe, it feels human, it says you don't have to figure it out alone. And that's exactly what we have in this business. When I first received an invitation, I didn't have all the answers. I had doubts, fears, and questions. But that simple invitation interrupted my hesitation and gave me permission to explore a different future. And that one yes created a chain reaction. New skills, new confidence, new possibilities I couldn't see before. And the invitation to me it came through our webinar that we have every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when I saw the first one, I wanted to do this. The everything that they explained, the benefits, how it worked, about the community. I wanted to do it. So that invitation to me and knowing for sure that I was going to have a community, I was going to have a mentor, I was going to have somebody guiding me, made the difference in the answer I had. Because if it would have been something I had to do by myself, I probably would have said no, because there's no way that I could figure it out alone. But when I found out that I had a community, that I had a mentor that was gonna be with me, that's when I'm like, yes, I want to do this because I'm gonna have somebody who's gonna be guiding me. And that's why I never take invitations lightly now. Inviting someone to a conversation, to a training, or to a community isn't selling, it's serving. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're serving, we are helping other people just find the opportunity alone. A lot of people don't know that they can do this, or they don't even know that it's out there, because that's what happened, to us both. I think we were looking for something, but we didn't find this. And when we found it, we're like, this is what I've been looking for, so this is what I want. So we're serving, and it's offering hope, offering clarity and support to someone who might be quietly waiting for a sign, like I was. So your voice matters more than you think. Your message could be the moment someone stops waiting and starts believing again. So my message today is: an invitation isn't pressure, it's a gift. One sincere come see can be the beginning of someone's transformation.
Thank you, Isabel. So yeah, so Isabel talk about an invitation can change a life. It's not only about sharing your story, but also inviting them to take action into something. So, like in our case, is inviting them to watch the webinar, because for them it's like a sign of hope. That there is hope for them to be able to change their lives and their families' lives. So that's why it's important to invite them, not just to share, because that many times they don't know if, like, okay, is there something, and they don't ask because they have fear. So it's good to ask them, if they want to, or invite them to watch the webinar, so that way they know that they can take that step if they want to. Okay, so the key takeaway for this topic is: we don't need to be perfect to inspire. We just need to be real. We need to be present and willing to share. So whether you're turning in live or watching the replay, if this stirs something in your heart, know that is not random. Sometimes, it happens for a reason, like we hear something because, it was meant to be heard at that time. So this is a reminder that your next chapter begins when you say yes to the hope already calling you. So that's our message for this topic today. And what is our message for the audience?
Our message for you today is: if you felt something today, drop a heart in the comments or message us directly if you're ready to explore this journey. We're here to walk with you. So don't forget to comment below.
Yeah, so that's our message for today. And let's see what is our topic for next Thursday.
Okay, next Thursday, we're going to have If We Could Do It, You Can Too. The decision that changed everything for us.
Yes. So that's what we're going to be talking next Thursday. We'll share the exact turning point that led us to build something extraordinary together. So that's the end of our life for today. So we hope so that you got inspired with what we shared today, about sharing your story and inviting the other person to take action. Because many times, we can hear something, but even though we are scared, we don't know, like, oh, are they going to invite me to see what's, so you have to invite the other person, because the other person is looking for that spark, they're looking for that hope, to be able to change their lives. So if you're someone who is looking to be able to change your life and your family's life, and to be able to start an online business but don't know how, and be able to earn online, You can get in touch with us by three ways. You can put in the comments more info or send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can register directly, sorry, directly into our website with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So we actually have a webinar tonight. So it's at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, that is a free webinar that you can watch. And in the webinar, we're going to be explaining, how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons. So you can register for either day or for both. The second link is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay through that link and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now you probably wonder, so what is it that we're gonna find out? Well, like we mentioned before at the beginning, you're gonna find out how our online business plan works and how, you know, and you get the opportunity to listen from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So there you go. So if you want to get in touch, you can either put in the comments more info, send us a private message, or register directly into our website. So I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. And for those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed Friday for those who are already on Friday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today, and until the next episode of the
Latin
Latin.
Voices.
Thank you, everyone. God bless you all, and
Thank
thank you
you,
for
guys.
watching.
Have a blessed Thursday.